You know, as Tom was saying, you know, I think a lot of young actors, they revere you, so they look to you. But the other thing you inspire is impressions, people doing impressions. Now, when people do impressions of you, is it like sort of nails on a chalkboard, or do you kind of enjoy it?
No, I kind of enjoy it, especially if they do it well. No, it's great. I love it.
I only ask. No, because any Hiddlestoners watching will know, Tom Hiddleston does impressions. You do impressions of lots of people. So who is in your canon?
It's a expression of admiration, just to be clear. So I do impressions of people that I admire, and I sort of listen to them. The first time I did an impression that anyone was aware of, I was just telling a story about Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen film I was in, and how I'd never read the whole script, and I thought it was set in the 20s. And I turned up and I bumped into Owen Wilson, who didn't look like he was in the 20s at all. And I said to him, so wait, hang on, who are you playing? Because I'm playing F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I know Corey Stoll's playing Ernest Hemingway, and we're all playing figures of history. And he went, oh, no. I'm from now. I go back in time. There's a time machine, and it's kind of cool, and it's kind of woody, and it's kind of awesome.
Very good.
I've been made to do impressions of my fellow Avengers. I think everyone does an impression of Christopher Walken because he's such an easy kind of. You know, I feel like what this show needs is more cowbell. It depends on what you like me to say. Basically, there's no punctuation. Anything that comes out of my mouth. I know whole pages of Heat.
You surprise me.
So there's the scene in the middle of the film, which you'll be familiar with. You were there.
The one person you don't need to explain it to.
So he remembers.
You're very good in this.
He remembers. Yeah. There's a scene in the middle of the film which is because Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. He's there. Sorry about this.
Don't worry.
They're separated, like a great thriller. They're separated for the entire film, and they meet twice, once at the end and once in the middle. And it takes place at a restaurant in LA. It's a great scene. It's one of the great pieces of screen acting you can hope to watch. There it is. There's a picture of it. It's like it's a mutual recognition of each other. Anyway, so there's a bit where they sit and have coffee and have tea and talk about stuff. I'm going on, I apologize. Anyway, so Al Pacino, at one point, Al Pacino says this. He goes, so, we're sitting here like a couple of regular fellas. I mean, you do what you do, I do what I gotta do. If I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But if it's between you and some poor whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down. And then Michael Mann cuts back to the esteemed gentleman at the end of the sofa. What if you do got me boxed in? I'm not gonna put you down. We've been face to face. Yeah. But I will not hesitate. Not for a second. That's my... This is so meta. I feel like I've gone into a parallel universe where
You're playing all these parts.
Yes, I apologize.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I did an impression of Ken Branagh.
That was my favorite scene in the movie.
Was it your favorite scene?
Yeah.
It's a
Still?
great...
Yeah.
I have read, Will, that you have this amazing amount of music that you haven't released, but tracks with extraordinary artists like Michael Jackson and Prince and people like that. Will you ever release those tracks?
No, because you know, especially artists like Michael Jackson, where working with Michael Jackson is his critique and his 2 cents. So, you know, without him guiding on completing it, it's not my right to do that. He was a friend, so I wouldn't do that.
And what was the story that you brought Michael Jackson and Prince together? Yes. You brought Michael Jackson and Prince together.
Yeah, so one time we had a show in Vegas, and Michael Jackson called. Hey, what's Michael? Like, hey, Mike. Yeah, so I heard you guys are doing a show tonight. Yeah, we going at 9 o'clock. Oh, rats, I gotta put the kids to sleep. So I was like, well, I'm performing with Prince later on at 12. So anyways, Michael came to see me rock with Prince. And it was a magnificent night to see. It was me, Chris Tucker, and then watching me, Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson, watching Prince rock on stage. So to make a long story short, Prince steps off the stage and plays the bass in Michael Jackson's face. Just rips the freaking bass in 10 different pieces. Make a longer story shorter, Michael Jackson leaves and goes home and says, meet me in the house for breakfast. So I go to his house for breakfast, knock on the door. First words he says, why was Prince playing the bass in my face?
What was your answer to that, though? Because he's funky?
Like, no, Prince, he's just being nice, you know? No, Prince, he's always been a meanie. But bless their hearts, they were so passionate. And, you know, we've lost great musicians.
Yes, no, we really have that.
Penelope Cruz.
I do mean Penelope.
And then he would do Javier, and then he would do a fight between them. It was really fun.
I didn't see that because I was always
Did Penelope find it funny?
I didn't see it.
Oh, Josh.
No, Penelope, she found it the opposite of funny, I think. No, she would always look at me and she would literally say, is that really the way you look at what I sound like? That is how I sound to you? And then I would do Javier, and I'd be like, Penelope, don't make a big deal about what leave the poor fat boy alone. It's okay. And she'd just never break a smirk at me.
Alan, I don't know if you have met the royal family, but I want to talk to you about meeting musical royalty.
Oh.
Because you met Celine Dion.
Ah, wow. Huge Celine Dion fan.
How did this happen?
Well, here I go again, name-dropping Adele. But, this is the only way I meet people is through Adele. So we got married, and you know
Not
she
Adele.
married me. Yes, what?
Yeah. No, you didn't marry Adele.
No. Oh, God. She married me and my ex. We're now ex now. We're divorced. And so, as a surprise, she flew us to Vegas to see Celine Dion perform at Caesar's Palace. It was so amazing. So we went there, we're all excited. Adele's like, come on this way, boys. Ah! You know, she's like... And instead of going left, we went right through these doors, and it was nowhere near the seats. And the door slams behind us. Celine Dion is there, behind a beaded curtain. She comes out, welcome to Vegas, how you doing, boy? She does talk like that, and it was amazing, you know, honestly. And I don't know if you've ever seen her on stage. I've seen her on stage so many times, and, you know, she does the fist pumping and all that. She's actually like that when she talks to you. It's so off-putting. She's like, seeing any other shows in Vegas? And I'm like, yeah. And then I've got this awful thing as well that when I'm nervous, because I'm a huge, like I said, a huge Celine Dion fan, I end up mimicking the voice as well, which could get me cancelled. But, yeah, so she was going, so who asked who out? Like this, and then I end up going, I don't know, something. But, you know, it's just an awful tick I have. I don't know. But she was... do you love her? Do you love her?
Yeah. I'm upset.
Well, Arnie, I know you want to do something. Is this something you do for social media? You do it a lot.
A little Snapchat or...
Yeah, the little thing where we...
Yeah, why not?
So the idea is you film it. So,
Okay.
yeah, when you hit the thing.
Yeah.
But what do we have to do?
I'm going to do a shot of myself, and then I go from person to person.
And we each say a
And then,
catchphrase.
exactly, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Catchphrase, yeah, that's a good idea.
Do you want to bag a catchphrase? What's your favourite one?
I'm going to say, I'll be back.
Okay, you do I'll be back. Oh, no. They're all annoyed now that I was going to do that one.
If you do it, I say another one.
Do you have one in your head?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have one in your head?
Yeah.
What if someone says it already? Will you have another one in your head?
No.
Okay. have a plan B.
Plan.
Can I go second?
That's up to him. That's up to him.
All right, ready?
Okay.
We're on a Graham Norton show, and I have some friends here.
Oh, no.
Quick, I'll be back.
Hasta la vista, baby.
There is no bathroom.
Who's your daddy now? And what does he do?
I'm old, not obsolete.
I'll be back.
Very good. Thank you very much. Excellent. Bennett, we must talk about your voice. Because you've got this fantastic voice, and you can make anything kind of sound sinister.
That's very kind.
Well, you can. It's really kind of chilling. And we just wondered, can you make anything sound sinister? So one of the things I've got to do, I do a trail, for the show.
Yeah.
Watch this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I do it as I do it, but if you could try it, but make it sinister, could you do that?
Tempted to impersonate you, but all right, okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is what they normally are like. You've seen these on the telly. Okay. So. Join me with Hollywood heartthrob Chris Pine, theatrical siren Kim Cattrall, one of the hottest actors around, Benedict Cumberbatch, and flying the flag for Britain, Eurovision hopeful Bonnie Tyler. Woohoo! Friday at 10:35 on BBC One and BBC One HD. That's that. Okay. So, can you try that?
Oh, God, what, at that speed?
No.
Sinister.
No. That was just upbeat.
Okay, all right.
So you sit in there. Get him. Come on. Okay. Okay, can you read that?
This is important.
Can you read that?
Lean forwards.
Okay, so...
In a sort of sinister way. Okay.
Sinister as you like. Yeah.
Joining me with Hollywood heartthrob Chris Pine, theatrical siren Kim Cattrall, the hottest chat show host in the world, Graham Norton, and flying the flag for Britain, Eurovision hopeful Bonnie Tyler. Woohoo.
Nice line reading.
Wow. And the last bit as well?
Oh, go on.
Friday at 10:35 on BBC One and BBC HD.
You make it look so easy. Stay there, do the music.
Well, the rest of it.
Do the music.
Oh, stay there. I'm enjoying this. Introduce Bonnie Tyler. Right. Yeah. It's time for the music.
That's very good. That's very good. And I read unusually, as an actor, you negotiated, you lobbied for extra nudity. Okay. I'm trying to sell the film, Tom. Gothic romance, how are you? But, hello.
Well, Gothic romance it's about sexuality. It has to be sexy. And there is a love scene in the film. Then Guillermo was like, dude, it's time to get naked, man.
We are about to hear our musical act.
Graham, do people do impressions of you, don't they?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
What, am I in your canon?
No. I mean, I haven't. It's like I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it until I've met you, but I have. Do you want me to do it?
You clearly go, try. Go.
I don't know. So, can I have the cards? I need the cards.
Okay. You can have an old card.
No, don't worry.
You can have an old card.
There's an old card.
There you go. Okay, So, welcome back. So you've never been on the show. Is that okay? Yeah. I feel your pain, Bob.
First time. There's only a first time for everything.
You're in England now, Justin. Is it British food you're particularly fond of?
Yes, I'm a big fan of the sticky toffee pudding.
Of course.
Scones.
Yeah. See, that got a reaction. Sticky toffee. They were like, oh, he's our sort of person.
Yeah. Just carbs. However, just bread. Any type of bread I can have.
What did you say, scone or scone?
Scone.
That's somewhere in between.
Is that?
You've got to commit.
Yeah, no, I'll just say scone then.
Scone.
Yeah, I like a scone.
Oh,
but
face it down there.
Well, you're gonna get trolled.
Honestly,
You gotta say, yeah, always working. Yeah, my
Trolls World Tour. Coming out soon.
People don't like that. It's either scone or scone. You have to say, or you'll get like abuse. You will get abuse.
Oh,
yeah. People in Devon and Cornwall will kick off.
Good. All right, good to know.
No, they do.
Yes.
They really care.
You genuinely look scared. They will.
I like the cream and then the jam.
Oh, no.
This is going very wrong.
Why did you say that?
I love how contentious. I love what this does. This also warms my cold heart.
Because, Anna Kendrick, you've noticed something about British people and the way they speak, that we do a funny thing.
Well,
We think it's funny.
No, I mean, I love every regional accent, every dialect. I'm a big fan.
You're not getting into that scone mess.
Please don't hurt my neck. But I like that because there's so many accents to such a small country, everybody sort of puts on different voices when they're doing little bits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a thing where I was checking into a hotel and somebody came out and said, "Oh, do you need help with your bags?" And I thought they were doing a bit. So I went, "Oh, I've been traveling all day, I have no idea." And then they kept talking like that. So I had to like slowly transition out of it. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration of their voice, but then I was back in the country several years later and they were on TV on Gogglebox because it was Steph and Dom from Gogglebox.
Isn't that
amazing? So they actually talk like that.
That is hilarious. I never knew that was a real hotel bed and breakfast thing.
Yeah.
You stayed there.
I stayed there.
Yeah.
And accidentally made fun of them to their face.
Alan, what's that story you have about your...
Yeah, a very good friend of mine. She was going through a really stressful time, and a lovely aunt said, "Listen, I'm going to get you a head massage." So she went to this clinic, had a head massage. She was in the room, and the woman said, "Can you take your knickers off?" Bit weird for a head massage. OK, yeah. So she took her knickers off, and she's like that. And then the woman came back in. She was South African. She went, "No, Nicholas."
We call it a necklace. Necklace, take a necklace off.
Yeah, take a necklace off.
I get it.
I love the way you've explained the joke back to me. I love it. Yes, I know, I told you.
But you have been out of your comfort zone before, because we've seen you doing Shakespeare.
That was scary. That was the scariest thing ever. Ken Branagh called me out of the blue. I had only met him once, and offered me the part of the gravedigger in Hamlet. And I said, "Why?" And he said, I said, "Usually the gravedigger is a big strapping person, and I'm not." And he said, "Yes, but you have guile. You're witty. I want him to be witty." So I was so nervous to do Shakespeare, so I fly here. We're at Shepperton Studios. That's a set. The grave is there. I get in my wardrobe, and he says, "Billy, get in the grave." So I get in the grave, and there's all the skulls, and I'm really nervous because I don't want to sound wrong. And he said, "Okay, so you're Robert De Niro, and I'm Joe Pesci. Let's rehearse." And we did the text. I was De Niro, holding up, "This is Yorick's skull. This is the skull of Yorick. Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? Have you ever... Look at this guy. Have you ever seen this guy?" And then he picked it up as Pesci. "Well, yeah, I know him well, all right, Joe. I know him. He's a jester." And then he said, "Okay, well, that's out of the way. Let's shoot." And then it was fun. Then it was great.
But isn't it nuts to be playing Prince Charles? I mean, is the pressure of that greater or less to be playing a very, very famous person?
Yeah, there was an enormous pressure on the Crown because it was such a successful show before I went in, and Josh did such a great job. But at the end of the day, you've got to do parts that appeal to you, and that that not that many come along. We've got to take whatever when you've got a juicy part like that, you can't turn it down. And I love playing him. He was brilliant.
Are there shortcuts into playing him?
Well, there is a bit. I sort of, you know, pointing. He's a very funny man, isn't he? He's always pointing. So I point a lot. I do a lot of pointing. I do a lot of fiddling. And then I saw this brilliant documentary, or many documentaries on him that he did with Jonathan Dimble, where he's on a plane and he's talking about. He said, you know, I don't do this for my own good, you know. I do this for jolly old Britain. And I thought it was so funny, this jolly old Britain. Every time I was trying to get into him on set, I'd just go, jolly old Britain. And I was in.
The evening is all complete. You guys not being let off the hook. No, because it's time for more party pieces.
We've done ours, by the way. And they were amazing.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
So...
You've got a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
No pressure. But
Good luck.
OK, let's see. So, Nicholas, what have you got for us?
Well, this isn't really a thing, because they said, have you got any party pieces? And I said, not really. And they said, we read that you pick up things with your toes. And I was like, I think I said that in an interview once, because they were like, do you have any tricks? And I was like, I don't know, I can pick anything up with my toes. And now people have run with that.
Wait a minute, you say that. Didn't you and your flatmates have a picking up things with your toes Olympics?
Yeah.
And who won that? Who won that?
I won that.
You won that! Thank you.
Well, yeah, I think it's the only toe Olympics ever to happen.
Olympics?
Yeah. We just stuck different things on the floor and picked them up with our toes.
OK, so how heavy can you go?
Can you pick up a melon?
I mean, let's...
I mean, there's a metal pineapple. Could you pick that up? Oh. That's not that heavy.
I'll give it a try, why not?
Yeah, OK. Hang on. Do you want to do it on the table or do you want to do it out there? Because if here, no one can see you. That'll be like a tree falling in the forest.
I did.
I did it. Oh, yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Go on, we'll do it.
OK,
do
it out here.
You're doing it
Yeah,
with
go on.
socks on? Yeah.
Pardon?
How are you going to do it with socks on?
Well, I don't
That's how good he is.
I don't want to get my little hobbit toes out.
It's like showing off. It's like, yeah, I can do it with socks.
Where are you going to put it?
Can you really? Oh, look.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh, hang on.
Take your socks off.
Oh, no, he's gonna. He did it! Oh, beautifully done. Thank you very much. Come on. Okay, so that was very impressive.
That was quite stressful.
Olivia Colman. Now, what are you giving us?
I'm going to give you a lion.
A lion? Oh, is this what I need?
Yes.
OK.
Olivia's brought a sponge.
OK, so you need a pint glass for
Yes.
this. OK, so do you need to explain what you're going to do first?
No, I don't think so.
No? OK. OK, this is self-explanatory. It's Olivia Colman doing a lion. You must have met all your heroes, have you?
I've been lucky. I've met loads of them. The ones that you looked at when you were in childhood, they have such a... when television was magic and film was magic, to the point where, you mentioned Daniel Day-Lewis, I had the opportunity to meet Al Pacino. I was doing a film called The Huntsman with Jessica Chastain.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, oh, Al is in London, you know, we're going to have drinks. I know you're a fan. Would you like to meet him? And I actually chose not to meet him because, here's my logic. I thought, I've already got a great relationship with Al. In my head. You know, what's the best that could happen? We're not going to become buddies. I'll end up complimenting him on his jumper. It'll be... you know, maybe he'll speak really quietly. I just thought... so I actually said no, because I had that image of him going, what's this guy? Why don't you say something smart? You know, there is a fear. It's a strange thing, you know.
Often on the show, we talk to, actors on the couch about great actors they've worked with. Often it's Meryl. But I don't think we've ever had someone on the show who's worked with Marlon Brando.
Wow.
Step forward, Matthew Broderick. This was a film you didn't think he'd show up.
No, definitely not. I was casting. They said, Marlon Brando's playing the other guy in it. I was like, yeah. And they said, no, really. We're going to go to the island and get him, and he's coming.
His island?
His island.
The island of Dr.
We're going to, you know, put him on a ship like...
Was it like
King Kong, you know?
Goldfinger, a little bit?
Yeah, and they got him stateside, and we were rehearsing.
This is the freshman.
Yes,
Yeah,
the freshman. And we were rehearsing in the director's hotel room, and Marlon was supposed to show up. He was a little bit late. I was again like, oh, he's definitely not
going to show up.
Definitely not coming. A little more time passed. The doorbell rang. We all crowded around the door. Director opened it, and Marlon Brando, on his knees, because he was sorry he was late. Whoa. And he was only about 4 hours late. And he was wearing a tan velour sweatsuit, a cowboy hat, and some kind of slightly pink-tinted sunglasses. But I feel like I might have imagined that part, but I think that's what he was wearing. He was wearing that, I think.
And was this the part of his career when he started using the earpiece and all those things? Or?
He did. He was using an earpiece, yeah. Which is actually, he was still fantastically good and rehearsed a lot, too. So he worked very hard.
But he rehearsed with an earpiece?
Sometimes he would rehearse without the earpiece, but then when we were shooting, he would have an earpiece so that he could hear his lines being read to him by his secretary.
Sometimes someone has to read the lines because somebody's too far away.
This was just to remember, though.
Yeah,
I don't think that was
even if it's just to remember. He's Marlon Brando. Cut the guy.
Let him do it.
He said, I don't like to do too many takes because I start to learn them and I'd rather not know them.
Wow.
He felt it was more organic to just have the words appear.
Yeah, that's right.
So there was a woman...
See, it's some actors are like that.
Yeah.
Actors are
big stars who can't be bothered learning lines.
Everyone's a little like that, but it is a great... It seems like an excuse of procrastination.
You guys are so nice.
Between takes, he could still talk to his assistant.
Yeah.
So they say cut, and he'd say, you have to start speaking before he finishes. You hear a pause, you say, are you talking to me, Marlon? You've got a magazine in one hand, and you're not paying attention to the theme. I'm not paying attention to the scene? I'm speaking to my assistant. And I take a letter to Nick Mancuso. The money is right. But that would happen out of nowhere. You know, he'd be having a conversation. It was a real conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it is Oscars weekend, this weekend. And Ian, would you mind telling us the story about when you were nominated for Gandalf?
Oh, yeah.
And you had the beads. Yeah.
Well, there weren't beads. In New Zealand, where we filmed Lord of the Rings, if you're lucky, when you leave, you're given a piece of green stone carved, and you wear it often enough, and your chances are that you'll get back to New Zealand. That's the idea. And it'll bring you a bit of luck. So when those films were nominated for something like 20 Oscars on that night, everybody from New Zealand was wearing their green stone, their punami, they're called. And when we're on the red carpet going into the ceremony, I met Maggie Smith. Hello, what are you here for? I said, well... I said, well, Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah. She said, what's that round your neck? Oh, so it's my punami, Maggie. Oh, your punami, what's that for? I said, well, if I wear it, it'll bring me luck. And, oh, very nice. And we went our separate ways, and you know it lasts for 3.5 or 4 hours, you know, don't you? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, you sit there and sit there. And at the end, of course, everyone else wins the Oscar apart from you. And a bit dejected, you're coming out looking forward to a drink, and you bump into Maggie Smith, and she points out at you and she says, it didn't work, did it?
Talking of competitions, Stephen Mangan, you entered a competition. In fact, you won a competition, and it sounds like an incredibly difficult competition.
Again, as a kid?
Yes.
I wonder if I went dressed as Beauty. I don't think I did. Guessing the number of jelly beans in a Mini Cooper.
Like, that's hard.
How did you do that?
It's just a gift I have. Yeah.
What was the number?
I can't remember now, but I remember it was the prize was presented by Britain's tallest man. That's all I remember is that. Thank you.
But did you win the car?
No, I won some vouchers.
Jelly beans.
Yeah, I mean, I would have taken
Yeah,
the
yeah.
car or the jelly beans.
Yeah.
But no. Vouchers.
Because Saoirse Ronan, you won a really good prize.
Yeah.
What did you win?
I won a trip to Florida when I was a kid.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like...
No, that's good. Tell us how you won it.
I won it when I was a kid, and I had never entered into a competition like that before. And it was the first day of the summer holidays when I was like 9 or 10 or something. And Jerry Ryan, who you know, was this very well-known Irish DJ at home. He's passed away now, but he was really incredible. And his show was like the top show in the country. And Shrek 2 had just come out. That's how long ago it was. And he was giving away this holiday to Florida. And what you had to do was you had to phone in as one of the characters in Shrek 2 and tell Jerry why you deserved the holiday. And I hadn't started properly acting yet at that stage or anything. But Dad was an actor, so I was around sort of like, you know, improvisers and things like that. And Mum was like, you should go in for it, just why not? We had never been on like a proper holiday. I was like, oh God, okay. So we got a little notepad, like tiny little notepad, and we wrote down like a tiny little script of what I was gonna say, just this short little script. And I got on, and I think I was one of the first kids on, and I did it as the gingerbread man. And so then 5 days later, he phoned up and told me that we had won.
Well, you were on the Late Late back in Ireland a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they found this clip. So this is two little clips put together. It's your gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Followed by, which I really like, your reaction to winning.
Yes.
So here's
very squeaky voice.
Here we go.
Now, Saoirse is 10 years of age.
Yeah.
Now, which character have you chosen?
I'm gonna do the gingerbread man.
Off you go, Saoirse.
Hiya, Jerry. The reason why I need a holiday is because I've never had a holiday before.
You're the only little girl in the house, are you?
Yeah.
Well, I've got news for you.
Yeah.
You're going to Florida.
When you win an Oscar, I want you to react like that.
I also got a blow-up donkey halfway through the week, so that's what I was like, oh, I'm out of it then if they've sent me a blow-up donkey. I had this donkey that went up to it, and I brought him into school and everything. I was like, I haven't won the prize, but at least I got this.
Yes.
But yeah.
I mean, I know the trip isn't real life, but you know, where you're doing all those voices all the time. When you were filming this, did you have to be really strict with yourself and kind of go, I'm only doing Stan Laurel, I mustn't do anyone
Well, do you know,
else?
it's funny enough, when I started to do more serious acting, rather than just being stupid all the time, which has been very good for me. The best direction I got was from Stephen Frears when I did Philomena. All he ever did was, when I was being too big, he'd just look at me and go, Steve, bring it down. So, yeah, all I had to do was just not be big. And not hang around Rob Brydon, actually, that helped.
And is it the people in your canon, are you adding to it all the time, or who's in your canon?
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really, I mean, my impressions stop around the time of Neil Kinnock, which shows you how long it is since I actually practiced impersonation. So I can only do sort of, I mean, I can only do people from, I don't know people in the, I mean, does anyone remember Ronnie Corbett?
Oh, go on. Of course they go on.
Well, I used to do Ronnie Corbett in Vietnam. You know, there I was, you know, in the jungle, you know. Went out from the bushes. You don't remember the Viet Cong. I
know who that
Do you still do Sly Stallone? What? Do you still do Sly Stallone?
Yeah, I used to do a routine about Sly Stallone and Alan Bennett in the same film. Which was... this was quite interesting that I'm actually being able to reuse 30-year-old material for outside television. Yeah, I used to do Sylvester Stallone sort of saying, you know, doing a lot of swearing like that, talking about, I just had one of those days, you know, and Mother Loving came out of Buster's ass. What about you? I had one of those days. What about you, Alan?
Yes, I've had one of those days, too. My mother sent me to the corner shop for a packet of lemon puffs, and I came back with happy faces. So good.
Well, look, the thing is, it is a sofa of actors. So, Andy, are there kind of any, I wouldn't say tricks, but are there any shortcuts into playing a great ape?
A great ape.
I said a great ape.
Well, quadrupeding is a large part of it, OK? So quadrupeding is walking on all fours. And I happen to have with me some arm extensions, which we could all have a go with.
Cool. Oh, right.
And these, in fact, are how we quadruped, so we can all have a go, and I think we should. And, would you like to have a go?
No, not yet.
Well, let me just show you. So these look, and it's got motion capture dots on it already, so we can shoot. So anyway, so let me just. Is this a good place to stand?
Yeah, wicked. Wherever you want to go. Yeah.
So first of all, you know, if you're going to get into being an ape, if you're a silverback gorilla, then you tend to have your backside sticking out. If you're a chimpanzee, then you're tucked in like this. So you can choose between a gorilla or a chimpanzee, whichever you'd like.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
That's options. I love options.
And then you start.
Oh, look at that!
Whoa!
Wow.
Like that.
That was kind of great.
Yeah. And then you can learn to kind of accelerate. And we're all going to do this. So then you can learn to accelerate. Oh God! Because I've got very slippery shoes on. Like that. So.
Wow, that's very impressive. Who's next? Tom's young. Go on, Tom.
A fellow method actor.
This is for a role in the next film.
By the way,
he's Brit, so
you're welcome, guys.
You're going to be so good at this. You're going to be so good at this.
You'll be fine.
You're going to shine.
I'm glad I wore such tight trousers today. How do you beat your chest with these things?
Yeah, no, it's a tough one.
So hang on. Gorilla is the archback.
Oh, that's very... Look at that, look at that!
Go Silver.
Oh, look at him!
I've got Spider-Man already.
No, that's very Spider-Man.
And then what did you say chimpanzee was? It was...
You've got to tuck in.
Tuck in with your...
Tuck in and bend over. There you go.
Oh, my God.
No, do a wolf as a chimp.
Very good. It was like tiny characteristics. It was excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, but impressions are a thing that actors do. Kenneth Branagh, you do an impression.
I do a bad impersonation of Celine McKellen. As Gandalf. You shall not pass. When non, trem non, phlegm nom and dang dong. You will not pass. Wing dong, bang dong, column and gollum. You shall definitely not pass. That's as far as it goes. Sorry about that.
I think you'd be flattered by that. I don't do an impression of Ian McKellen, but I was in Waitrose, the supermarket here, and they have those self-service checkouts. So I was at the other checkout, and Ian McKellen, I'd said hello to him earlier, he was wandering around with a basket, and I was chewing it. And then just from over in the self-service area, you just heard this booming voice going, "It's in the bag!" Great. But...
This is not a cucumber, it's an aubergine.
But Anne Hathaway, you also do an impression.
I do Britney Spears.
Now, see,
this is an oldie but a goodie. Okay. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Now you're out of sight.
Whoa!